Welcome. Why not start early, right? Why not? There's people in here waiting. Yeah, Douglas, I know. It's ridiculous. Boys will be boys. And here we go. Well, it's Friday night. Some people don't go out. So I thought, well, I'm planning on making a video. So why not share what I'm making, right? And just have a little Friday fun. It's told studying Jones. Oh, wait a minute. I can put that up. There it goes. I forget I can do that. I was once told while studying Jonestown, and Jonestown. You'll never meet a man like that ever again, or forget him. It was my first revelation into people like him. Yeah. Sadly, there's a lot of them out there. Dear. I don't know why. Anyways, I've been thinking about this Thornton Township, the elections and everything. And I'm thinking, there's so many people that are so familiar to us, aren't there? So I thought we'd begin with Tea with the Trustees. Yay!
We're grateful we have the former chief of staff here with us. So we want to say thanks to her for coming and share her story about things that have happened or what employees have witnessed or gone through with the Village of Dalton.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Whew. Okay, so what I did was I didn't want to write a speech, but I did want to speak from my heart. So first and foremost, I want to apologize to the residents of Dalton because I feel like this administration failed you all. So I do apologize. Let me talk about, first and foremost, why I joined Dalton. Let me tell you why I came in the first place. So basically, you got a 37-year-old woman. She made history. Black woman, single mother. That kind of resonates with me, right? So I really thought it was going to be better. I'm like, wow, because you coming off the year, the woman. I mean, how can you not vote for her? We just put Kamala Harris in office, right? Yes. So I went and I met with her. I met with Tiffany because she had hired someone else to be her chief of staff, who happens to be a friend of mine. So I noticed she didn't want to meet with me inside of Dalton. Thought that was a little shaky, but then again, whatever. So we met out in a coffee shop out in Homewood. So when we got to the coffee shop in Homewood, she told me that she needed someone for PR. She told me that she had a publicist who gave her this bogus script to say when Alexis Wilson was murdered. She told me that the previous publicist told her to say what she said on television. My immediate response was, and you said it? So you read it and you said it? She said, yeah, because, I just trust my people around me to tell me and lead me in the right way. I said, but if you read something so insensitive, sis, you don't get in front of national television and say that. You're a mother. You somebody's mother. I'm like, but guess what? What we're gonna do, you're gonna go back in front of television and you're going to apologize. She said, oh no, I can't do that. How about we hold a press conference and you apologize? I didn't say it. So moving along, I decided to come on part-time. She hired me. She had the application, everything right there. I had never seen a foot inside the village of Dalton. So that was in September, something like that. And she said that it was going to be a cutoff before. Y'all need me to hold on a second? Okay.
For this the belief was somebody would come here to disrupt information coming to the residents of Dalton. For that belief, we have a wonderful Dalton resident who has provided security for today to make sure that a situation, thanks Sister Mary Avant and the team, to make sure that we can have an orderly and conduct the meeting in the way that it's supposed to be done. So apologize for the disruption, because there's some information that's not coming again from the trustees. This is coming from somebody who was day to day with the current mayor.
Previous publicists told her to say what she said on television. My immediate response was, and you said it? So you read it and you said it? She said, yeah, I mean, because, I just trust my people around me to tell me and lead me in the right way. I said, but if you read something so insensitive, sis.
I most certainly was. I'm so sorry. I forget I have to put my icon up to be muted. So let's go back. And so we have Mary here. We've got Rogers here sitting down in the back. These two gigantic men. There's a person back there. And apparently this person is disrupting, right? Right. Okay. Right. Let's find out who it is.
And conduct the meeting in the way that it's supposed to be done. So apologize for the disruption, because there's some information that's not coming again from the trustees. This is coming from somebody who was day to day with the current mayor.
Harry.
Previous publicists told.
Now this is what they call disruption.
Told her to say what she said on television. My immediate response was, and you said it? So you read it and you said it? She said, yeah, I mean, because, I just trust my people around me to tell me and lead me in the right way. I said, but if you read something so insensitive, sis, you don't get in front of national television.
They dancing over this dead girl. Y'all pathetic ass grown people dancing over that dead girl. Pathetic trustee dancing over the body of a dead girl. You know what? Look, don't in the public forum. And I'm a grown woman. Don't put your finger. Don't put your finger. Yeah, y'all should get y'all trustee. No. No. See, that's your problem. And thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice, this is the problem. This is the Department of Justice. To the Department of Justice, this.
Who created that disturbance? Trustee Tammy Brown. And oh, by the way, tea with the trustees. How many trustees are at this public meeting? You might want to call it a community whatever. But you have elected officials gathering with citizens in a social setting. This is a meeting. What? Oh, Doug. Douglas, don't let me have a good time. Who created that disturbance? Oh, go ahead. Well, so you've got Brittany Norwood. You have got Jason House. Kiana Belcher is there. And so is Tammy Brown. That's 4 of them. Right there. Yes, a lovely community gathering. That is a little bit on illegal side, wouldn't you say? Yeah, so who created that disturbance? Yeah. No, she's not here, Green. She's not here. She wasn't invited. Okay. Yeah, law of Dunkin' Donut.
This is the problem. So let me tell you, I'm a human rights activist out here. And if y'all put me out, I'm a human rights activist. I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen. You know what, sir? That's fine by me.
Let's go. Come on, please.
Don't put your, but don't come to, I'm a human rights activist. You put me out of something in my own community. You put me, no, wait a minute, what did I do? You saw me walking.
Please, let's step outside.
I ain't caused nothing.
Please, let's step outside.
No, I'm not. You know what? Not in my own community. Not in my own. And sir,
You have to call the police to remove us.
are you kidding me? So who are you all?
We're police, but we're
What did I tell me what I did?
creating a disturbance.
No, I didn't. You all violating my rights. I came in here and said nothing to no one. I walked away and y'all saw her walk on me.
I can't. I mean, if this.
So it's funny that they didn't show exactly what happened. They just panned and you saw 2 huge men with Mary Avant. That's her security. Of course, she's waving up in the air. Yay! And here's Mama Hill. This woman, what is she? 5'5", 5'6", weighs maybe 100 pounds. Look at this. I mean, look at that. And look at Mary standing there with her arms crossed. Yeah, that's right. Get her. Oh, my Lord. I thought it was fun. But isn't it interesting? The people all around here running for Thornton Township.
Testimony isn't enough. I don't know what to say for it.
All right, I'm back. So I never seen a foot of the Dalton, right? I did my application and everything from a coffee shop in Homewood. And then here I am, I'm a part-time publicist. Well, about 2-3 weeks later, the chief of staff who brought me in there, she just up and quit. So seeing as though I have the experience, I got the degrees and things like that, she just moved me into that position and here I am, right? So I'm sort of working as PR, but then I'm also working as chief of staff and I'm seeing all of this chaos because I'm gonna be real with you all. She had me thinking that everybody was just bullying her. The trustees was bullying her. Some residents were bullying her. She told me she had a stalker online. I found out that.
Wait a minute. Who was just bullying who? Wait a minute. Excuse me. Who was bullying who? Wait.
But look, don't.
You got this little old lady here with a camera.
In the
Don't put
public
that camera in
forum.
my face again.
And I'm a
Don't
grown
put it in
woman.
my
Don't
face
put your
again.
finger.
Look at this.
Don't put your finger. Yeah,
Don't
y'all
put
should
it-
get
don't
y'all
put it-
trust
get
stick.
you.
No.
Don't put it in my face.
No. See, that's your problem. And thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice. This is
She
the
tried to go
problem.
back after her.
This is Department of Justice.
I'll drag her off.
To the Department of Justice, this is the problem.
Where's Tammy Brown
So let
for
me tell
you?
you, I'm a human rights activist out.
Who's bullying who? Okay. I'm not gonna say anything about what I'm looking at right now. Okay?
if you don't tell me, of all people, the truth, She told me, she said, I didn't know he had a background. She said, I didn't know. I can't believe he did this to me. I didn't know he had a background because I was watching the board meeting that day.
Right.
And in that same board meeting, she added me on the agenda to vote me in.
Now, you're going to see these trustees go to that door and check on it. You're going to see Kiana, Jason, they're checking at the door. I'm not saying that, but somebody else did.
As a contractor. Whole time I work there. I'm at work. I'm on the clock. I am a W-2 employee. So why am I on the agenda? But whatever. And I noticed that she introduced the other people this same board meeting, the chief of staff who was quitting, and you know the media guy. And I'm like, but I'm here. I'm an employee. Why am I on the agenda to be voted on? But okay, this is interesting. Back to the person. I saw it come up in the comment section on YouTube. So the next day I pulled him and I pulled Tiffany in office. I said, y'all got 48 hours before this place is swarmed with media. I need to know what happened. She said, I didn't know. He looked at her kind of funny, but he didn't open his mouth. Later, I found out not only she knew, she was his friend. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay out of that because that's personal. We're gonna keep it business. But now I understand why she's standing behind her friend. Okay, so I'm learning that in my 10 months as chief of staff / PR, that this mayor is the most vindictive, manipulative, self-righteous individual I have ever met in my life. Her administrator, let me be real clear, Keith D. Freeman, is even worse. I had proof that they told us to not come to the board meeting for the trustees. I had proof. He emailed us and said, if we came to the board meeting, you know, because the board meeting was slipped and mixed, and we would be fired immediately. He went into my email and wiped it. He went into my email and wiped it. I only had, when I quit, 20 emails between the two of us. And if I'm the chief of staff and he the village administrator, we talk a lot, right? He wiped it. He came in and said, I need to get rid of the communications director, the former communications director. I said, you might not want to do that because,
Douglas, you're trying to kill me. God.
He's good at what he do. Guess what? He went and told him, I'm gonna bring somebody else over you. This person has zero experience. He didn't even know how to work a Zoom. He didn't even know how to send an email. He don't know how to make a flyer. He don't know how to do anything relating to communications, but I'm gonna make him over you. This man who's quite literally a college level professor. Of course he quit. But then guess what? Keith Freeman went and told HR, send him home now. So the next board meeting come up. Now everybody's being muted because the guy he got don't know what the hell he doing. So I had to step in. And then Keith also told us to mute everybody off of Facebook. Any negative comments, delete them, block them, get rid of them. Delete them, block them, because she don't want to hear it. It's not about you. Rule of thumb when it comes to marketing, one-on-one, who are you marketing to? The consumer. You may not like them shoes, and you sell her some. But guess what? At the end of the day, it ain't about you and what you like, right? It's about what she like because you're trying to appease to your residents.
Oh my God. I told you this was going to be fun Friday. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. I'm sorry. You're gonna make me choke. Oh my God.
Your consumers, the people who vote for you. So this is stuff I'm telling Tiffany, right? And that's just the first part. Now, things I've seen, I can confirm that she and he told us to hold the warrant list from the trustees. You know why? She said, because we are at war, and how do we give our opponent resources to help them? War?
Oh my God, you guys you're killing me. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, you guys are killing me.
And I'm saying this in front on camera, recorded, said she said it, I was going to oath. War. We are at war. I can't give them anything to help them. FOIA requests. So the media reached out and they wanted to know about the withholding of the FOIA requests. Keep in mind, it come to me because I'm HR, right? This is what I do. I'm the HR PR. I reached out to Shantae. No, I first reached out to Jimmy. Even though Shantae is technically a corporate attorney, I learned that from Kiana. And I'll get to that story in a second. But I went to Jimmy Vasali. So I emailed him, he didn't call me back. So I called him, he didn't call me back. I ended up calling Shantae. I said, the media is reaching out to me about some FOIA requests they ain't getting responded to. Y'all know y'all ain't did this. He told me to write in my statement, the clerk has not turned it in.
You guys, I'm crying. Life was so hard. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys.
Can't do that. Now, guess what? I have text messages of what he said to say in this phone, because I did everything from my personal phone for a reason, period. So he said, no, you're going to say the clerk refused to give you the information to turn in. I'm not going to say that. I'm not finna go lie on this lady. She looked like my mama.
Oh my God. You guys. Oh, this is Fun Friday. Oh my God.
I'm not about to say that. And that's it, that's all. And then I realized that I'm hearing on a conversation, Keith is going into the deputy clerk's email. Then he hung up on me. I said, did he just say? So yeah, you know what I did? I went right to the deputy clerk. Watch your email, boo. Because he's in it. Because he took IT ability, keep in mind he has an IT background, to have access to the back, the back door, the back office, wiping out the emails so you can't use them against them. So, hold on, got a long list here. Let's see. Employee.
I thought she didn't write anything down. And there's Kiana by the door, guarding the door. Because poor little Mama Hill, 5'5", 100 pounds wet, created this disturbance. But who created the disturbance? Tammy Brown. Oh, you guys are killing me. Oh, you guys are killing me.
Harassment. We have been told on numerous occasions that we will be fired if we do not comply. Numerous occasions that we'll be fired if we didn't comply. If we went to board meetings with the trustees, we'll be fired. If we went to tea with the trustees, we will be fired. If we return FOIA requests, we will be fired. In fact, if anybody been to the village hall, do you remember where the HR lady sat? I had to give up my office downstairs to put her down there so the trustees and the clerk couldn't get to her to ask questions about the money. I had to move 5 o'clock at night. Immediately. I had to move. I had to leave my office, my desk, and I didn't have nowhere to go. I had to sit around float. How am I running the mayor's office and I don't even have a desk? But the HR lady needed to be downstairs, so they couldn't ask her the questions that she needed to ask. Now, it wasn't no fault of hers. Now, then let me say that. Don't come down on the staff because literally they're doing what they're told. Now, she's supervisor. I'm gonna go back in the story. So today I'm like, oh my gosh, she's supervisor. Yes, okay, she did her thing. Congratulations, yes. Supervisor, what does supervisor do? I don't know. That's the conversation between me and the supervisor. So she told me to reach out to the people there and get a play-by-play of the job duties because she didn't know what she was doing. But she's in control of what is it? $50 million budget, 185,000 residents. She don't even know her job. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they had me to go over to the township. They wanted me to do PR. Okay, that's cool. PR is part-time. I'm working. But then if it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, she need me to get up and come over to the township while I'm on Dalton's dollars. I had to go. Why? Because I didn't want to be fired. Because she's going to tell you once a day, she's going to fire you if you don't do what she say. So I got called into an office once after one of the board meetings, and Keith Freeman told me I needed to write up the communications director. I said, for what? He ain't did nothing. It was technical difficulty. He's never had a board meeting in person before. He said, well, if you don't, you're going to be fired. It's okay. I quit that day, but I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, that's the type of stuff. They do spend money like water, just being real. We ate good, the whole staff.
We know you did. We know you ate good. We've seen the receipts. Let's play that back. Please.
He said, well, if you don't, you're going to be fired. It's okay. I quit that day, but I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, that's the type of stuff. They do spend money like water, just being real. We ate good, the whole staff. Chicken. Feeding seniors off of the Dalton dollar because you know what she said? It's campaigning for her and seniors vote.
Yeah, but you ate it. Hi, Wyoming. This is Fun Friday, and we are having a blast. These guys have got me cracking up. I need... We ate good. Yeah. Off the taxpayers' dollars. Oh my God. Oh, Jay. Hi, how are you? Status quo, welcome. We started a little early, but we're having such a good time. Oh my gosh, that's surf and turf. Yes, they good off the Dalton taxpayers' dollars. Well, apparently you didn't have a problem with eating off the taxpayer dollars, did you? I can't believe that actually came out of her mouth. Oh my God. Yes. We should do this more often on Fridays, right? We ate good. We know. We've seen surf and turf for $700. I mean, we've all seen the bills. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that. And you know, I don't shame anybody, but you guys are doing it for me. You've got me in tears.
Yeah, seniors vote. She ain't gonna come and say stop the recall, but what she gonna do is put a lavish party together and play some bingo so you like her. Also, the snow removal program, you notice they said you had to put a sign in the window? Yeah, she just wanted you to have her name in the window because it's campaigning. And that justify her sending it through the board to have them.
You might be right, Cynthia. Should I switch it over? Well, no, Douglas and everybody isn't members. Oh, gosh. I cannot control the comments of this live stream. I cannot.
Pay for it.
The opinions of the commenters are their own. They are not of the channels. Me. Conscious. Does that cover me, Cynthia? Yeah, okay, after I'll do it.
Because it's campaigning. Because she can't have them do a campaign sign and say do it. So she gonna call it a snow removal program. That I did the flyer. She had me lying to you all. That's why I apologize. Because she said she was paying for it out of pocket. And then Public Works came and shoveled y'all snow. That
These guys in the room, Wyoming, I can't control them. You're going to have to control the boys in the room. Boys, stop this stuff. Stop it now. We don't allow these things on this channel. This is not authorized.
call center that you all were calling, I own it. And I never charged a dime. Why? Because I genuinely care about the people. That's I got more. I ain't even done yet. The Fire and Police Commission, I heard a rumor that the clerk from Thornton Township swore him in. Nope. Guess who swore them in? With the curtain closed, moved the flags downstairs. The mayor.
Okay, this is a disclaimer. All comments by commenters are not of the opinion of Conscious. These are viewers' comments. That is all.
She swore him in. Yeah, she sure did. It was 11 o'clock in the afternoon. While nobody was looking, made sure that your door was closed. Actually, Stan came and closed her door. Asked the deputy clerk. So now, moving along, I'm having a conversation with the person that had the background. I say, the one thing you did wrong, buddy, was you failed to tell her the truth. I'm still defending her. I'm arguing with some people, everything, I'm defending her. He said, failed to tell her the truth about what? I said, you failed to tell her the truth about having a background. Why would you put that sister in that light like that? He said, she knew. I told her. She know me. She knew. She wanted me to have the security detail position. And her advisor at the time told him that he couldn't do that. He told her he couldn't do that. Now let me get to talking about how she was extorting certain businesses.
The opinions of this speaker are not of Conscious. We are just playing the video. Words coming out of their mouth. Thank you very much, Douglas. I appreciate it.
Oh, I know it all. So, one business owner, is it okay to say the name? Business owner, is it okay to say the name? Okay, so Rucker Holden was bringing a cigar lounge to Dalton. Okay, so just so happened, Kiana works for him in his other businesses. But because she...
Oh, really, Wyoming? Well, I heard somebody was following her out there. So she's disqualified. Whew. Okay.
He don't like Kiana, Trustee Belcher. She's not going to give Rucker what he want. In fact, she told him, if you don't get your bitch in order, I'm not giving you what you want. Yeah, so get this. He came into the office one day. This is how I found all this out. He came into
Yeah, we played we played the Mama Hill. I intermixed it with the meeting. Should we play it for Wyoming, the mixture, so we can get the front view and then Mama Hill's view? What do you think? Individual investor, welcome. Should we play it for Wyoming and go back? Let's see. Where are we at? 21:15. All right. There we go. Okay. Here we go.
and she said that it was going to be a cutoff before. Y'all need me to hold on a second? Okay.
Disturbance.
For this the belief was somebody would come here to disrupt information coming to the residents of Dalton. For that belief, we have a wonderful Dalton resident who has provided security for today to make sure that a situation, thanks Sister Mary Avant and the team, to make sure that we can have an.
Now, this is what the trustees want you to see. Okay. A disturbance. A resident is creating a disturbance. Who created the disturbance? Let's find out.
Orderly and conduct the meeting in the way that it's supposed to be done. So apologize for the disruption, because there's some information that's not coming again from the trustees. This is coming from somebody who was day to day with the current mayor.
Previous publicists told her to say what she said.
This is the big disturbance by Mama Hill.
The response was, and you said it? So you read it and you said it? She said, yeah, I mean, because, I just trust my people around me to tell me and lead me in the right way. I said, but if you read something so insensitive, sis, you don't get in front of national television.
They dancing over this dead girl. Y'all pathetic ass grown people dancing over that dead girl. Pathetic trustee dancing over the body of a dead girl. You know what? Look, don't in the public forum. And I'm a grown woman. Don't put your finger. Don't put your finger. Yeah, y'all should get y'all trustee. No.
Don't put it in my face.
No. See, that's your problem. And thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice, this is the problem.
Drag her off.
This is the Department of Justice.
You're going to go back at her again.
To the Department of Justice, this is the problem. So let me.
No. You have 4 trustees in this meeting. Okay. Giving information to the public. Mama Hill, what is she, 5'5", 100 pounds wet? And this is what you have. Didn't show this though.
If y'all put me out, I'm a human rights activist. I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen. You know what, sir? That's fine by me.
Let's go. Come on, please.
Don't put your but don't. I'm a human rights activist. You put me out of something in my own community. You put me. No, wait a minute. Did you? What did I do? You saw me walking.
Please, let's step outside.
That ain't caused nothing.
Please, let's step outside.
No, I'm not. You know what? Not in my own community. Not in my own. And sir,
You have to call the police to remove it.
are you kidding me? So who are you all?
We're police, but
But what did I tell me? What I did?
we're creating a disturbance.
No, I didn't.
We
You all
asked
violating my rights.
Tammy was behind that long white table. And she came around that white table after Mama Hill. But in the trustees film, they don't show this. They only show Mary Avant and her security team, who towers over Mama Hill. And they don't want you to see this part.
Came in here and said nothing to no one. I walked away and y'all saw her walk on me.
I can't. I mean, if this testimony isn't enough, I don't know what to say for it.
See, this is what the trustees show you. There's Riley Rogers, Ed Steve, Mary Avant, Tammy Brown, Kiana Belcher, Jason House, Brittany Norwood, and Nikita Cloud. Thornton Township, can we say? Yeah, intimidation. All right, let's go back to where we were. I'm sorry. We were at 21. We're getting there. We're there.
Came into the office one day. This is how I found all this out. He came into the office one day. They said DeAndre Rucker. I'm like, I know DeAndre. Hold on. What's up? He told me, he said, I'm trying to get my business together, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I just heard your building was not compliant. That's what I was told. He said, that's not true. He had it investigated. He had it, inspected. Everybody, it's been inspected 5-6 times. He was in compliance. She just didn't like him. Now get this. That same day, there's an ordinance to have his cigar lounge open. Now, let me tell you something if you've never been to Rucker Cigar Lounge, it's sexy. Grown and sexy. Riff Raff can't even afford it.
Is she promoting Rutgers Cigar Lounge? Sexy. It's sexy. It's sexy. Grown. What did she say about poor folk can't get in there? Did she say something like that? What'd you say? You guys are killing me.
Cigar Lounge open. Now, let me tell you something if you've never been to Rucker Cigar Lounge, it's sexy. Grown and sexy. Riff Raff can't even afford the cigars, yet alone.
Riff Raff can't even afford the cigars. She actually said that. Oh my God. This is what I go through making videos. It takes so long to make a video because half the time I'm going, what the hell? What did they just say? It's sexy. It's sexy. Riff Raff can't even afford a cigar. Riff Raff? Is that what you said? Riff Raff, right?
It's been inspected 5-6 times. He was in compliance. She just didn't like him. Now get this. That same day, there's an ordinance to have his cigar lounge open. Now, let me tell you something if you've never been to Rucker Cigar Lounge, it's sexy. Grown and sexy. Riff Raff can't even afford the cigars, yet alone anything else in there, so you're not going to get them there. It's sexy. Real nice for grown-ups. It's just nice. Good music, all that. So,
how many times is she going to say sexy? Oh my God. I mean, do they have strippers in the cigar lounge? I have no idea. But damn, the way she's talking about it, she keeps saying sexy. She just keeps repeating it over and over and over again.
I'm like, this would be a plus for Dalton. Well, he come with one ordinance. Kiana come with another ordinance. I went and pulled another ordinance. It's 3 ordinances. These are false ordinances. Somebody got some falsified fraudulent documents, right? The clerk's office only had 1. But it came 3 different ordinances. So I'm like, okay, this look a little sus. All right, let me look into it over the weekend. I had a meeting set up with them the next week. I got called in by the administrator, said it's a conflict of interest. I have to remove myself because I know him. Okay, see what we doing here? That's why I asked you when I saw you there. I'm like, hey, whatever happened with that? Because I wasn't allowed to speak on it, or to him for that matter. This is not just the business, huh?
So just to respond to that, all of our meetings was on Zoom at the time. So even if you went back to the meeting to see the ordinance that we discussed it, the committee of the whole when it was discussed, and when it was voted on, and I abstained because I was an employee at the time.
See, that part. So she stayed in compliance.
Yes. She stayed in compliance. Okay.
We didn't as the administration. Now, let me tell y'all something. Have y'all ever emailed Tiffany? Because, you know, she has never, since she's been the mayor, responded herself to an email. Ever. She didn't even have access because she said she don't like responding to emails. Oh, you talking about the senior grant? So, so this senior grant program was actually supposed to be a grant program for all residents if you look at the board meeting that was said. Well, she said, I need them seniors. I'm giving them to the seniors and the veterans. Why? Because y'all vote. I don't know. I ended up quitting because I saw so much shaky stuff during that program. I couldn't take it no more. Now.
Yeah, but you stayed for the food. Because you said we ate good. We ate real good. But that was okay.
Now, let me tell you something else. I'm going to tell you what you think of the seniors if you looked at the budget. She got $200,000 allocated for a second chance program. But she got $200 set aside for the seniors. Yeah, so that's what she think. 190, yeah, she didn't get your whole 200. That's what she really think about the seniors. You know why? Because she can abuse the township money. You know, the mixed and mingling, because half of her staff is over working on payroll at the township. Just being honest, if we're just being honest. I was never a W-2 employee over the township because I was advised by somebody else, and I'm gonna leave them out of there. Move, run, it's illegal.
Oh my God. I've got a box of tissues next to me, you guys.
Legal, and you'll be surprised who told me that. Now, I tried to bring the mayor and the trustees together. I've had a conversation with House, had a short conversation with Kiana. I sat down and had dinner with Tammy and Brittany and the mayor. They told her how they felt, I'll tell you that much. But she left that meeting and said, I will give you all the warrant lists. They hugged, we had a drink, we were friends. At least that's what I thought. Well, after that, she turned around and told me, do not give them shit. This is politics, not my, excuse my French, but I got
The thoughts and comments. The thoughts and comments of our viewers do not reflect this channel or conscious.
tell you how she told me. She said, this is politics. You ain't giving them nothing. This is war. I said, all right. You made a liar out of me. I'm done, right? That was the last 2 weeks. Now we're in the last 2 weeks. Water bill. Let me tell y'all about these water bills. I had a resident come to me. No, it was when one resident went to the news. I'm like, all right, let's figure out these water bills. So the previous administrator taught me how to pull the history.
That would be probably Trina Downs, who went to the news. Remember, she was on the news?
And audit the bills. See, because, you know, if...
And now she's an absolute bitch, right? Right. Okay.
There was a glitch somewhere. It could have happened, human error. Because keep in mind, if you're calling in to pay your water bill, if you're calling in to give the meter reading, if a person is having a bad day and they're doing data entry wrong, human error can happen because we're all human, right? That's why they do need the new meter system and what have you.
Oh, will you stop it with the water? You know that water has been screwed up since before Riley got into mayorship. Why are you playing with these people with the water bill like it's Tiffany's fault? I'm sorry, but this time I have to say, no, not the water department. No. You can't pull that off, especially with Rogers sitting in the background back there. Come on now. Stop that with the water department. It's been a mess since before 2013, and you still haven't been able to fix it.
Well, this one resident came to me. She was crying. Felt so bad for it. Just touched me, broke my heart. I pulled the water bill, right? I did an audit because I learned how to do it. I'm like, shout out to Ms. Brown for that. Thank you. This lady, we owed her $3,000. $3,000. We paid her. I said it was at the hands of one clerk who was inputting them wrong. One clerk. Not all of them. Not all of them. Can't blame the whole.
Well, no. No. I don't believe that for 1 second. How long has that clerk been working there? How long? Huh? Is it circling? Dwayne, refresh. Try refreshing. It's the fault of one clerk. The clerk wasn't entering the numbers right. I don't believe that for a second. Does anybody else believe that? That's bullshit. I call bullshit. That water department's been screwed up since before 2013. That's why they owe Chicago $11 million. Bullshit.
What it was one clerk doing them wrong. She'd been there a minute too. So I said, we need to go through everybody's water bill. That's what I told the administrator, Keith. He said, no, we can't do that. We just handle them as they come our way because I don't want to be paying out thousands of dollars, but you owe them that bread. Let's just be honest, right? So let me tell you why I quit, as if that wasn't enough. So I have lupus. I'm a spokesperson for the National Lupus Foundation of America. I've done television about it, everything. Well, my blood pressure one day, I was up at Countyside Nursing Home. I don't know if anybody's in here from Countyside. She did the pain and sip that day. My blood pressure, I was dizzy. The nurse took my blood pressure. It was 200 over 101. Go home, right? That's what you would have thought the mayor said. She told me I need to bring my blood pressure pills next time.
If your blood pressure is that high, do we have any nurses in the building? If your blood pressure is that high, would you... I'm sorry, I was looking at a comment. Would you be in an ambulance at that point in time? Seriously, if your blood pressure is that high, you wouldn't be able to walk, would you? You wouldn't be able to stand, for that matter. Would you? You know, lupus is actually a horrible disease, a very debilitating disease. It's not nice, and I understand she does have it, yes, but the blood pressure, you would be in an ambulance, wouldn't you? I would think.
That's not an excuse to call off of work. Same week, she's being inaugurated in the township, which she knew she was going to be supervised. I hope y'all knew that, right? Okay. She knew in January. Mr. Zuccarelli died January 3rd. January
Thanks,
5th, she
Wyoming.
took me to a taco shop on Torrance and told me she was preparing. That's why I did the photo shoot. Sorry, y'all, because I know y'all tired of them pictures.
Wait a minute. You went from your blood pressure being through the roof and going to a taco shop? That changed quickly, didn't it? Yeah, Dwayne. Wait. Can we just roll it back?
My blood pressure was
Well, I guess we can because it's my show.
200 over 101. Go home, right? That's what you would have thought the mayor said. She told me I need to bring my blood pressure pills next time. That's not an excuse to call off of work. Same week, she's being inaugurated in the township, which she knew
I'm
she was going to
sorry,
be supervised. I
Wyoming.
hope y'all knew that, right? Okay. She knew in January. Mr. Zuccarelli died January 3rd. January 5th, she took me to a taco shop on Torrance and told me she was preparing.
And there it is. I mean, that just doesn't sound right to me. And then we go from blood pressure to tacos. Does anybody think that's odd? Just wondering, because I do.
That's why I did the photo shoot. Sorry, y'all, because I know y'all tired of them pictures. But anyway, she told me that wasn't an excuse. The day of her inauguration, my father-in-law fell gravely ill, and I had to pick up and go. I had to go. So we had to drive to Michigan. So I didn't make her after party. She told me she's a priority. She called me in a meeting with her entire administrative staff, said she's a priority. That same day, there's a meeting with the village administrator and all the department heads. He told them to no longer come to me for any personnel matters and to...
Scott, good to see you, my friend. Yes, we're talking about a whole lot of things. We went from blood pressure, which should make you pass out and rush to the hospital, to tacos, to something else.
report to the finance director because I'm speaking up too much. I'm speaking up because I go hard for you all. I spoke up every time I saw something wrong. I'm like, this sounds like federal indictments. This is smelling like a lawsuit. So the day I quit, I walked out very loudly. Trustee Belcher came downstairs. I saw her. Hey, trustee. She said, hey, how you doing? We exchanged some pleasantries. She went to HR. You know, I'm in the office that she built really for the Second Chance program, but I'm in there temporary or whatever. She leave. I ain't think none of it. It's a good day. I'm quitting, but it's a good day. I was gonna give my 2-week notice. I was gonna give her a 2-week notice. I said, I'm gonna have a meeting with her and just tell her, sister to sister, this is how I feel. Well, I go upstairs, I come back downstairs.
Mama Hill, it's so good to see you. The key member in this cast is here to bless us on a Friday evening. Did you see yourself as the disruptor? The disruptor. Mama Hill, 5'5", 100 pounds wet.
It's the village administrator, the mayor, her security guard, the IT guy, all standing around his computer. I say, hey, you got a 2 o'clock appointment upstairs. And I go in my little dungeon. She said, come in for a second. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna get real vulgar, but I gotta tell you the truth. Why the fuck would you let Kiana downstairs? Now, Kiana, no, I didn't let you downstairs, did I?
Downstairs, and as long as my name is on that door, I'll walk around that building.
Period. But get this. I said that. I say, I didn't tell her I didn't let her downstairs because I'm not a person. I'm not going to tell on somebody else to get them beat up. I've already dealt with the verbal abuse. I've already dealt with the lies and the manipulations and the backbiting and all this other stuff. I dealt with. I'm not going to put nobody else in that. I said,
What a great idea, Cynthia. Cynthia, she does. She really does. Oh, man, that would be terrific.
because her name is on the door. So as she say, what? How you a fucking boss? You bitch. You stupid. I can't believe you did that. This is what she's saying to me in front of all these people. So at this point, I'm like, I'm going to jail. I'm about to go to jail, right? At this point, I'm like, okay, I got this in this bank account. I got this in that bank account. I got to put my phone down because I'm finna whoop her ass. I'm sorry.
No, that is acting. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's like she's playing for a part, right? Right?
Kiana, no, I didn't let you downstairs,
Is this
did
real? Is this real?
Downstairs, and as long as my name is on that door, I'll walk around that building.
Period. But get this. I said that. I say, I didn't tell her I didn't let her downstairs because I'm not a person. I'm not going to tell on somebody else to get them beat up. I've already dealt with the verbal abuse. I've already dealt with the lies and the manipulations and the backbiting and all this other stuff. I dealt with. I'm not going to put nobody else in that. I said, because her name is on.
Oh, I'm sure Tiffany said a lot of things like that. Yes. But the arm movement and the swaying and the way she's portraying it is what I was talking about.
The door. So as she say, what? How you a fucking boss? You bitch. You stupid. I can't believe you did that. This is what she's saying to me in front of all these people. So at this point, I'm like, I'm going to jail. I'm about to go to jail, right? At this point, I'm like, okay, I got this in this bank account. I got this in that bank account. I got to put my phone down because I'm finna whoop her ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that Swain back in, yeah, she is PR. Yes.
So they came, they broke us up. The IT guy said, I said, what? He said it wasn't Nikita. So at this point, they identify who opened the door. She say, oh, it's cool, but come on, let's go upstairs to this 2 o'clock meeting. No, I quit. I walked out. I left the keys. I left the iPad. I left everything. I am done. I am done with you. The next day, I get a call from Keith Freeman. Hey, what's up? What you doing? I said, I know I'm on speaker because this is what you do to everybody, but okay. What's up? What you gonna do? You know, you should really call Tiffany and talk to her. She's willing to listen to you. I said, I've dealt with this abusive relationship for 10 years. She's gonna listen to my lawsuit. This is it.
Did she just say 10 years? Wait. I know she said that.
So they came, they broke us up. The IT guy said,
They broke you up? Were you in an actual fist fight?
I said, what? He said it wasn't Nikita. So at this point, they identify who opened the door. She say, oh, it's cool, but come on, let's go upstairs to this 2 o'clock meeting.
Yeah.
No, I quit. I walked out. I left the keys. I left the iPad. I left everything. I am done. I am done with you. The next day, I get a call from Keith Freeman. Hey, what's up? What you doing? I said, I know I'm on speaker because this is what you do to everybody, but okay. What's up? What you gonna do? You know, you should really call Tiffany and talk to her. She's willing to listen to you. I said, I've dealt with this abusive relationship for 10 years.
She did say that. I've dealt with this abusive relationship for 10 years. I do believe this was in 2022. I'm confused. Can someone help me with that? She's been in this abusive relationship for 10 years. Not that I care about Tiffany, but really? Louis, welcome. Welcome to Fun Friday. We've been having some fun. Watch out for the boys in the room. You know, they're 10 years. Can anybody? So she's been involved with Tiffany for 10 years. Yeah, professional or personal. That is a little suspect. Yeah. Tiffany was a trustee for 8 years. So was she on Tiffany's coattails since she's been a trustee? Oh, this is, yeah. I don't know.
She's going to listen to my lawsuit. This is it. So I said all this to tell you guys, 'cause I ain't gonna hold you no much longer, because I could talk to y'all all day about that experience. That was an abusive relationship. If you all really want a better Dalton, y'all need to do what you need to do, because it ain't gonna get better until something happens. Thank y'all.
Well, that was a nice little hug by Jason. 10 years, Mama Hill. Mary Avant at the podium saying she's going to have me arrested. Guess that will be another lifetime. Cops around my house, they still need to go. And they all know each other from their past. From here to there. Oh, from here to there. They sure do. They most certainly do. Now, who did we see at the caucus for the township? Mary Avant, Valerie Stubbs, I know Dwayne Mahava was there, Ed Steve, Jason House, Brittany Norwood, all these usual suspects, right? Yeah. Well, let me see. So why she broke up a tight gang? Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Yeah, 10 years. 10 years. What's Lewis saying? Does this channel talk about horses? I do. Oh, really? Yes, I do own racehorses. And I do want to do a tutorial on horse racing. So yes, that will be. Ooh, what a beautiful horse you have there. Do you own horses, Louis? I love them. I love racehorsing. They're beautiful. They're just magnificent. So yes, I will be doing some lives on horse racing in real time as I'm betting on them. So yes, but thank you very much for joining. Okay, so Oh, you do? Oh, you're a trainer and a jockey. Wonderful. What track do you run? What track do you run? That's awesome. That is absolutely New Mexico. I'm trying to think of the tracks in New Mexico. Yeah, isn't this cool? This is great. Really awesome. I think I used to live across from you. Really? In Upper Illinois? Really? Could you? Potato. Didn't I send you to the corner? No, that's not very nice. But yes, is it Luis or Louis? It's probably Luis, right? That would be wonderful. And I know, check my community page, and I'll put down when I'm going to do some horse racing stuff. And you can see on the community page. Just go to my main page and click on community. It'll come up and I'll keep you. Oh, yes. I must have seen you. I was just watching Sunland today. Yes. Oh, wow. This is magnificent, people. I'm sorry. We got to go off track here because this is absolutely wonderful. Luis, I bet you I have, if you still ride, I know I've seen you riding. Oh my gosh, this is just fantastic. What a fun Friday. I mean, yes. So I will put that on my community page when I'm going to do a live, and then you could catch it then. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. No, these are thoroughbreds and quarter horses. But yeah. Oh, that's wonderful, Luis. Absolutely wonderful. Potato, what are you doing? But I will post that on my community page, and welcome. Excellent. That just makes my day. The place you're talking about had a whole racetrack. Oops, did I miss you? Where did I? Oh, West Brooklyn area. Is that thoroughbreds? I won't name any horse. I have a horse named Grifter. I showed that video. Okay. We're going to continue on. Thank you very much, Luis. It is great to see you. You just made my night. You really did. Douglas, I am not putting that up there. Okay. You know, isn't it something? People come together and, you know, find similar things coming into place. Okay, what do we, let me see. Okay. So, I want to go back. won a good amount of money on the back of a horse named No way. That's absolutely no way. No, that's not. Are you serious? Oh my God. Oh yes, please hit the like and subscribe, and I always forget that. Thank you, people. My gosh. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I won a lot of money on that horse too. Okay. We're gonna go to a special show to show someone who is running for township trustee. Since we've seen all the key players, let's go ahead and find out what really happens, right? Oh, let's see. Okay.
Motion to suspend the rules has been seconded. Roll call.
On the motion to suspend the rules for the purpose of trustee Muhammad reading an announcement, second by trustee Stubbs, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you.
Ah!
There being no discussion, trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson.
Aye.
3-0.
Motion passed. Go ahead, trustee.
Thank you. Whereas the Village of Dalton Board of Trustees have become aware of numerous improprieties concerning the mayor.
This is we're talking about the Village of Dalton, which is an absolute shit show. You might as well say it right out straight. A lot of corruption going on, and we're just having a good time at the key players and how they really act. And this is what this is about.
Mayor's use of village funds, employees, and resources. And whereas the village board has received evidence that Mayor Riley H. Rogers' company, Rogers Development Group, LLC, purchased a property at 14300 Lincoln in Dalton on November 7, 2014. Allegedly, village employees were requested to shut off the water to the house and failed to do so, resulting in a claim for water damage to the house on November 19, 2014, in the amount of $23,300 and $35,000 to CCMSI for a total of $58,300 additional budget costs to the village taxpayers. However, the mayor, on his own authority, ordered that the water be restored. As a result, the property flooded, which at that time was tax delinquent. The village should not be liable for property damage sustained as a result of water service restored to the property, as the village requires the execution of a waiver of liability prior to the restoring of service, as evidenced by the following notice posted at the village hall. That notice states, if your water is turned off, village residents must sign a waiver for turn on, no exceptions. Unlike all other residents, the mayor did not sign this waiver. The village administration, at the mayor's direction, filed a claim with the village's insurance carrier, CCMSI. CCMSI did not investigate this claim at the instruction of the village manager, who also directed that the claim be paid. CCMSI also had no contact with claimant Mayor Riley Rogers. Again, per the village administration's instructions, the mayor stated at the board meeting that he didn't file a claim against his insurance company because they would simply sue the village. So he filed a claim directly against the village's carrier. The village manager furnished a bank routing number for CCMSI to make payments to the claimant. Instead of the village paying the claim, the village administrator chose to route the funds through CCMSI to conceal the identity of the mayor. The village administrator submitted a W-9 form for the claimant to CCMSI that was not signed but only initialed, apparently to conceal the identity of the mayor. The manner in which the mayor's claim was submitted and processed by the administration, coupled with uncertainty of whether the property was even insured, suggests possible insurance fraud and Whereas the Board
Bill?
of Trustees have received evidence that the numerous improprieties with properties owned or occupied by the mayor, the property at 14702 Empire in Dalton, owned by Peter Zenos, lists the taxpayer as Mayor Rogers. The property has an owner-occupied real estate exemption, although the owner is not occupying the property, the mayor lives there. The property taxes are delinquent for this property. The owner is a Village of Dalton police officer who the mayor has commandeered from the police chief and who reports only to the mayor and not the police chief, and who does not patrol or perform other needed police duties for the village. The property at 14626 Atlantic in Dalton has real estate listed in the name of Daryl Terrell, but the property is owned by Mayor Rogers. Again, there is an owner-occupied real estate tax exemption for this property, but the Mayor Rogers does not live there. And whereas the Board of Trustees have received evidence that Mayor Rogers has used village employees while they were on village time to provide services such as grass cutting, snow removal on his private properties in the village, said properties being currently in default on real estate taxes totaling over $300,000, resulting in lost revenue to the Village of Dalton and all other units of government, including the School District 205, School District 148, School District 149, the Dalton Park District, the Dalton Library District, Thornton Township, Cook County, and others. And whereas the mayor has consistently spent village funds in excess of amounts approved in the annual village budgets in violation of state law, resulting in part in the village's water bill to the city of Chicago, increasing from $2 million when the mayor took office to now over $8 million, resulting in the city of Chicago suing the village and causing a fiscal crisis in the village. And whereas the Board of Trustees have received evidence that the mayor has paid village vendors with village funds who are also contributors to the mayor's election committee for contract.
I just want to say a disclaimer for all those who are videotaping this. Yes, I do own Grifter, but through a third party, so you still can't find my name. Thank you very much. I didn't let out any information for you to go tackle and go do your little investigations. You see how things work?
Contracted village work that they had not performed. And whereas the village board has received information that the mayor has improperly filed for real estate tax exemptions on numerous properties he owns within the village,
Muhammad
said
loves
properties also being in default of paying real estate taxes. And whereas the mayor allowed Club One, owned by a convicted child sex offender, to operate a liquor establishment less than 100 feet from the village hall, resulting in the shooting of 5 people. The owner of Club One had previously contributed $5,000 to the mayor's election committee. Now, therefore, be resolved by the mayor and board of trustees of the Village of Dalton, Cook County, Illinois, in the exercise of its home rule authority as follows. Section 1. The foregoing recitals are incorporated herein as though fully set forth. Section 2. The village clerk is hereby directed to send a copy of this resolution to the Cook County State's Attorney, the United States Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, the Cook County Sheriff, and the Illinois State Board of Elections for investigation. Section 3. Any policy or resolution of the Village of Dalton which conflicts with the provisions of this resolution shall be and is hereby repealed to the extent of such conflict. Finally, Section 4, this resolution shall take effect upon its passage and approval in the manner provided by law. Now, this is a resolution that will be submitted at our regular board meeting at the first Monday in December. No vote is made on this. This can be up for discussion, but that's all of my presentation for suspension of the rules.
Wow, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? But notice, notice who's sitting up here. Rogers, Stubbs, Muhammad. Now, I didn't see Rogers at the caucus, but Stubbs is running for township trustee. Muhammad was there. We have video of that. And Rogers was at tea with the trustees. staunch rivals, Muhammad and Stubbs, against Rogers. Now they're best buds. I'm sorry, Luis. I can't say that. People want to know who I am. And so I can't give that information out. But it's a whole thing. People want to know who I am, and they're investigating and trying to collect all this stuff. But so they're going to look up the horse named Grifter and say, aha, we have her. No, you don't. It goes through third parties. Well, Luis knows how it works. Isn't it funny, though? All of these people entwined, going way back. Way back. Yeah. So, yeah, this is electric.
Good.
And we have copies of this for those who want to see this.
Okay. I see the political season has started already.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I am Wyoming. Conscious is Wyoming. Oh, definitely not green. No, definitely not. They can't attach my name to the horse. You know, I own a lot of horses, and they can't track it down. So I can give that specific horse's name, but I won't. They can't track it. Trust me. Any equine site, it will show he is still in New Mexico. Sorry, you're going through. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. There's just some people that don't like the information I give out and want to prevent it and find out who I am so they can dox me. And it's okay. They play their games. So, yeah, we all have conscience. That's right. Let's hear what Rogers has to say.
And I'm not going to even comment on that. If you feel like that it warrants an investigation,
We'll have copies for the residents or whoever to see this, and we want this to be in the public record for the clerk, and copies will be at the table upon exiting the board meeting. And that's the end of my presentation.
Thank you.
Trustee may have a copy right now.
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Okay. All right. Next thing is the village clerk's report.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Approval of the minutes, August 10th, 2018, special board meeting, and September 4th, 2018,
Definitely.
regular board meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The August 10th, 2018 minutes are the minutes that were presented at the last regular board meeting, but were tabled until this evening for review pursuant to Trustee Pearson's question. The minutes that are in the board packet have been revised following my review of the recording of the meeting for those minutes. So I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes of the August 10th, 2018 special board meeting.
Microphone. Mike.
Can I be recognized, sir?
Go ahead.
I'd like to object to the minutes being approved that contain comments about my personal medical information. And now that the minutes are correct, I would like all references about my personal medical information removed as it is a violation of HIPAA. I would like the clerk to preserve and keep a copy of the corrected minutes on file for the record.
I don't know what that means.
That means that the minutes are correct, but it contains information about my personal medical history, and I would like it to be removed from the minutes, but a corrected copy be maintained on file in your office.
Trustee, if I may respond, the only thing that included, and I took special pains, is to include what was specifically addressed publicly at the board meeting. And
Okay.
once public, it is public.
Well, I made my statement and the board can vote on the minutes.
And then I would ask for direction, should the board choose to approve your statement, because my obligation is to provide a summary of what happened at the meeting. I took pains not to make sure that no private information that otherwise was not to be disclosed was disclosed, as it was not at the meeting, but what was disclosed at the meeting is a subject of public record, of recording and video. It is what it is.
Okay, I just can't vote for it, so the other trustees
That I
can
understand.
do what they want to do.
Point of information, please. Which particular minutes were we referring to for approval?
August
Trustee has an issue with.
August 10th.
From what I understand, Trustee Pearson, you don't have an issue with the correctness of the minutes. You believe that some of the information contained in the minutes is private and privileged. Is that correct?
Correct.
And my response to that is, even if that was true, it's already been disseminated to the public at the public board meeting.
Okay, I just can't vote on it.
Your vote would be whether it was a correct statement of what happened at the meeting, not whether you agree with it.
I just won't vote on it. I'll pass on it.
Okay.
Yes, and there's a vote for it, isn't
No, this is all about his health insurance. When you said that he was covered by health insurance, and then he filed a claim. That's what he's objecting to. Is that you said he filed a claim. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you said he filed a claim.
Okay, right. Okay. You want to take the vote?
Give me 1 second. Little thrown off by I'll do it here. Okay, on the motion to approve the minutes of the special board meeting of August 10th, 2018. Is there a motion to approve? Alrighty then.
No more.
Well, apparently, a speaker at the last board meeting said something about Trustee Pearson's health troubles.
Okay.
In which case, the minutes will not be part of the public record.
Okay. Was that for both the special and the regular?
Just the special of August 10th, 2018 special board meeting.
Okay. Is there any,
I make a motion to approve the minutes from September 4th regular board meeting.
Second.
is a motion to approve the regular board meeting for September 4th? And is a second. Any discussion? Roll call.
I have discussion on the, there is private information on this. I'm looking at the minutes and I concur with Trustee Pearson that there is still private information in here concerning his personal.
Trustee,
medical
there's been no motion to approve the minutes of August 10th. We are now on the
Doesn't sound like
minutes.
you said it was removed, but I see it here in the minutes. So
We're moving on.
And would you
Mohammed.
care to identify the nature of the private information?
I'd rather not read it perfect, but I guess we can do it in closed session or to some other.
No, sir, we cannot.
Okay,
My
well,
point is,
Without me
again,
reading it out loud, it's the August 10th at Citizens Address.
correct.
And it's italicized and is this made public already before I read it?
Yes, I would
Okay, well, I'd
prefer
rather
for
not
my
read it.
personal information not to be read.
I'd rather not read it.
Thank you.
All right.
We're voting on September 4th.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little late and I had to read it to see what we said. So pardon my lateness. So it's a moot point.
It
Well,
is.
since we're back there, am I to understand that the board is choosing not to approve minutes of the August 10th special board meeting to which no one objects to their correctness, but the board chooses not to release them to the public.
I object to the personal information stated wherein you can see what the trustee is referring to in the public address section of the minutes.
All of which was,
It may have been correct, but it shouldn't have been public information. He's saying it's a
Exactly.
violation of the HIPAA laws. Nobody's saying it's wrong. It shouldn't be public information,
but it
private
was
medical
made
information.
public information at that meeting. The minutes reflect what was said at that meeting.
Okay, well, my objection stands, so.
Okay. So on the minutes of September 4th,
Yes.
motion by trustee Pearson, second by trustee Stubbs. Any discussion on the motion to approve? Trustee Muhammad,
Aye.
trustee Stubbs,
Aye.
trustee Pearson.
Aye.
Your,
Motion
oh,
carried.
wait a minute.
Next thing on the agenda,
Your comment was deleted? What'd you say, bird brain? Is it? Yeah, it's bird brain. What did you say? Who deleted Bird's comment? I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I was getting a bottle of water. I'm sorry, Bird. I don't know why it was deleted. Did you swear or anything? I honestly didn't see it. So I do apologize. We don't do that here. Unless it's foul language.
agenda's communication.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I understand from Superintendent Stacy and Chief Dyer that Chief Dyer has an announcement to make this evening.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mayor.
Chief.
This upcoming Wednesday, November
okay.
7th, me and Superintendent Stacy have been in contact with a business brand of communication
We're gonna
concerning the emergency
go
warning
past,
sirens. So they'll be out Wednesday.
lights.
I don't want to get involved in the short-term.
Stated their position that the budget was not balanced at that point. The administration
Hazardous conditions, 137. Fire service calls, good intent, 232. Fire alarms, detector activations, 336. Severe weather and natural disasters, 1.
Oh,
Technical rescues, 4.
yeah, they tag, the channel doesn't do it. YouTube tags the, capital letters.
And incident reports in progress, 0, for a total of 3,781. And that is from January 1st of 2018 to October 31st of 2018. And I know the officer left, but I just wanted to congratulate her and welcome her to the community. And Mayor, that's all I have.
Very good. Finance trustee.
Thank you. Want to clear up a lot of misconceptions that is going out in the village, and this finance report hopefully will bring some clarity to the misinterpretation, misdeeds, misinformation, and disinformation that's out there throughout our village. Our fiscal year 18 audit is near completion. The village has received the draft and forwarded to bond counsel Vince Kinkar to secure the $900,000 bond that has been discussed. The audit presentation is scheduled for Monday, December 3rd at the regular board meeting. The final bond audit report will be distributed to all elected officials at that time. The next Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, November 28th at 5 p.m. And that's every fourth Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m. That's the regularly scheduled Finance Committee meeting. The most recent budget amendment was discussed at our recent Finance Committee meeting held this past Wednesday, October 31st, and will be voted on at tonight's meeting. The annual treasurer's report was produced and will be published in the newspaper as required. As of October 31st, the tax amount extended is $9,645,831.70. And the tax amount collected is $7,739,145.46. It represents 80% of the taxes collected for 2017. Budget note, Mayor is the chief administrative officer of the village.
You're
The
welcome.
administration oversees all
very
payments and
friendly here.
prepares the warrant list, which is approved by the board. The administration knew that it was not paying the water bill to Chicago and failed to inform the trustees until the bill reached $8.3 million. In fact, in November 2014, the bill accrued was only $2.7 million, and Chicago gave the village repayment terms with no additional interest charge. Yet the mayor continued spending the water bill money on other projects without notifying the board. Until about April 2017, the village owed over $6 million to the city of Chicago.
We do too.
Even then, the mayor persisted in misspending the money until Chicago took the village to court for non-payment. By August of 2018, the village owed $8.3 million, and now Chicago is charging us 6% on the repayment terms. This will add another $3 million to the amount paid, so that now we will have paid Chicago $11 million by the time the debt is settled. The initial budget presented by the administration was 3 months late and showed a deficit of $218,000. It also included borrowing of $900,000 through the issuance of bonds that would be paid back in the following fiscal year. The administration's proposal also severely underestimated police and fire department overtime costs and overestimated some revenues when compared to last year's actual totals. When all of the underestimated expenses and overestimated revenues were corrected to be in line with last year's actual totals, the deficit ballooned to nearly $600,000. The trustees sought to eliminate the deficit without the need for additional property taxes and therefore proposed a budget that was balanced through layoffs and across-the-board reductions in non-personnel line items. The administration sought to address the new deficit by proposing an increase in the amount borrowed from $900,000 to $1.3 million, which is a $400,000 increase. According to the administration, this borrowing, along with increased revenues, would be sufficient to eliminate the budget deficit. Even if this were so, it would have added $400,000 to the amount that the taxpayers would have to pay. But our financial advisor, Mr. Kankar, informed the board that he would only be able to sell maybe $1 million at most. So that means that any budget that relies on a $1.3 million bond in money will have at least a $300,000 hole to fill. Let's be clear. The role of the administration is to provide a balanced budget proposal for the approval by the Board of Trustees. The trustees stated their position that the budget was not balanced. At that point, the administration could have addressed the concerns of the trustees and presented a budget that addressed the deficit issue without relying on misrepresentation of revenues and expenses. The administration could have chosen where they wanted to cut expenses. Instead, the administration insisted that the budget they presented was balanced. Even when the discrepancies in the budget figures were pointed out, the mayor says that you can trust his figures, but he is also why we're staring down the barrel of an $8.3 million debt with the city of Chicago. And by the way, that debt has ballooned to $9 million as of this writing. A balanced budget that the village adheres to is a vital.
Yeah, they actually went out and hired a guy. Even though you've got the village administrator, the financial director, this board chose to hire a financial advisor and paid him handsomely to screw up this entire budget, wiping out the administration, key players of the administration. And we saw on the warrant list, Matt Stacy sued the village and got $35,000 too. Remember that from earlier today? What's your question, potato? Potato. Yes, Green. Yeah, 9 million. Yeah, this is back in 2018. Wash, rinse, repeat. You want to be recognized? You fixing to be long-winded? How can they hold this meeting and vote anything? Well, they can vote with 3 trustees. If it's anything financial or an ordinance, the mayor is allowed to vote, so they have 4. That's how. So that's how they get away with this. But it's interesting because they're going to admit to voting on things via email, which I am highly suspect of myself.
Is vital in order to stabilize our finances and chart a path for future growth. It is quite possible that the mayor could have come up with cuts that would have made layoffs unnecessary. Unfortunately, we'll never know because he has provided no input whatsoever, leaving his finance director to do all the work on her own. The mayor may be trying to score political points with the misrepresentation and outright lies in his ads that have been reaching our mailboxes, but he has not shown the leadership needed to address the issues faced by our residents. He has put more effort into getting a referendum on the ballot to shape the board more to his liking than he has put into submitting a proposal to the board that addresses the village's essential needs while minimizing the tax burden to his residents. As a result of actions.
And he succeeded. These 2 are gone. Pearson got ousted. And who came in? All right, who's the smartest person in the room? Who came in? After these one-term trustees were ousted in the election. Town official in Illinois be paid, they must arrange and attend certain... Yes, as I understand it. Well, Tiffany was already a trustee. Jason House was already a trustee at this time. Hard to grasp. Yes, very hard. Yeah, Scott. Jason was a trustee. He came in 2017. Brandon! Hello! Okay. Yes. Douglas. Tammy Brown. Nope, Kiana didn't make it here. Exactly, Scott, Ed, Steve. Who's the other one? See. Wait a minute. So in 2019, you had Tammy Brown, Tiffany Henyard, Denton. Come on, think conscious. Think. Holmes. Holmes got in. So Holmes, Jason House, Ed Steve, and Tammy Brown were Riley's buddies.
Taken by this mayor during his tenure, the village's finances have grown steadily worse, and all of the disinformation in the world won't change that. And I'll have a copy for you for the record, clerk, after the meeting. Thank you. That's the end of my finance report.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Riley did succeed. So Denton held her seat. Then came in Tammy Brown, Ed Steve, Jason House was already there, Andrew Holmes, and then you had Tiffany Henyard. Yeah. How things are weaved together in this spider's web.
We've got the Chicago matter later on the agenda, but with respect, what the trustee said regarding the budget is not accurate.
Oh, good night,
The
Green.
budget function belongs
Thank you
solely to
very,
the
very
Board of
much.
Trustees.
That is not true.
Board of Trustees,
Not
under
true.
the Board of Trustees under the law votes to approve the budget. The Board of Trustees votes to amend the budget.
Coming from the administration, trustees do not originate a budget.
Trustee, you're out of order. Now, you had you say, this is a village attorney speaking right now.
The spending decision by way of a budget and appropriation ordinance belongs solely to the Board of Trustees as the legislative body, no different than Congress is the body that.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to interrupt this important discussion, but they are escrow. I know at one point they listed them as escrow payments. That would make sense. That would make sense. Hey, you. Thank you very much for that. Okay.
That authorizes the expenditure of money. Insofar as Chicago is concerned, we've talked about this any number of times.
Thank you.
I don't want to get involved in the short-term politics of the deal. We've got a serious problem.
Very serious.
That traces back to the acquisition of the Dorchester. The village board has voted over the years to approve audits that showed.
Well, we're certainly glad that you did pop in, because we love answers here. And, you know, other channels, they fight and they yell and they scream. And if you say the wrong thing, you're ejected violently. So we have adult conversations here. We like to have laughs and joke, and we're very respectful here, and we appreciate you. Okay, back we go.
That money from the water fund was being transferred to the general fund and then Dorchester in order to subsidize an operation that was hemorrhaging to the tune of over $15 million. The Board of Trustees as a whole voted on a resolution in 2016 forgiving some $8 million in debt owed to the water fund from the general fund in order to balance the books. The fact of the matter is all of those decisions are made by the village board.
Can I be recognized, Mayor? Since we're talking about finance, can I be recognized?
Well, you know,
Any bills that are paid by the trustees are done through the payment approval of a warrant list.
You're out of order right now, trustee. You're out of order right now, trustee.
Trustees are unaware. You can speak over me, Mayor, but the truth is,
you're out of order right now, trustee.
Only vote on a
You're out of order,
warrant list
trustee.
that is published monthly. You talking over me will not, because we will get back to
You're
payment
out
of
of order,
bills,
trustee.
and I'll pick that up at the payment
You're
of
out
bills.
of order, trustee. Now, the village attorney defined how the bills are paid and who spend the money. And you were on this board when you approved to
And we
forgive.
disagree.
You were on this board
His
when you approved.
interpretation of the law. He's
you were
not
on
God.
this
He's an
board
attorney.
when- You're on this board when you approved to forgive the debt. You voted yes on that. I don't spend the money. This board spends the money.
That's not
It's not
Yeah,
true.
well, why is the board approve the corporate bills and all the
We'll
bills
get
that
to
gets
that when we
done?
approve the corporate bills,
Right.
since you won't recognize anyone,
Right.
Mayor.
What you put forth.
What I put forth,
What your administration puts forth.
what my administration put forth.
Approved.
Okay. And
We'll get to that in the
so anything that's
agenda.
anything that's put forward, you decide, this board decide, and you nitpick and you pick out certain items that you don't want to pay and that you do want to pay. For example, some of the sidewalks that were repaired and you refused over a number of meetings to pay the vendor.
That's
the
not
Melanie
true.
Fitness Center. The Melanie Fitness Center.
didn't do the work.
The Melanie
Hot diggity dog. Doesn't this sound so familiar? You can't make this up, can you? It's just different people regurgitating the same thing.
Fitness Center. It was on its way to getting repaired. The pool, which is a item that's been talked about by the members, and it was on its way to be repaired. 2 days from it being repaired, you eliminated Scott from the position to get it done. Now we got a proposal to have it fixed for $47,000. For $47,000, could have been fixed for $6,000.
Not true. Another lie.
Mayor,
Not
could I
true,
be
Mayor.
recognized? Because I don't want to be
Okay.
rude.
No, it's on the agenda. We'll cover that when we get to it.
Okay.
So since you're not recognizing, Mayor, we'll deal with it on the agenda
Yes.
concerning the misstatements that you
Because
just
these are
made.
all untruths.
Yeah. Okay. The village attorney, you calling him untruthful too,
I'm
right?
calling you
No.
untruthful. I disagree
All I'm
with this
saying, Mayor,
interpretation.
Let's talk about the police department and the swimming pool. So Tiffany Now, the sign at Melanie Fitness for the police station was a grant. That was discussed and proven. I don't know why Kiana's talked about they paid $50,000 for that sign. Tiffany wanted to make it half a police station and half Melanie Fitness with the pool. So that's where all of this, you see, they mix things up so much in different channels that you just cannot get the direct answers. You know, it's, yeah, different day, same shit, Cynthia. Good night, Potato. We've had so much fun.
It's all in the village attorney untrue.
No, we
do not put anything on the warrant list.
Right. Okay. All right. Where are we at? Corporate bills.
Stay
Can I get a
safe.
motion to approve the corporate bills? Yeah.
I make a motion to approve the corporate bills. Registration number 133 of $3,598,399.24 with a gross payroll of $333,250.58. Melanie Fitness Center at $6,688.17 with a gross payroll of $2,283.75 with total corporate payments of $3,940,621.74. Can I get a motion now?
It is sent.
There's been motion to pay the corporate bills and seconded. Roll call. Any discussion?
Before roll call.
Any discussion?
Yes. Okay, I want to clear up something for the public and for facts. This warrant list that we receive every month, and we covered this in our finance meeting at the end of October. I asked the finance manager, why isn't the Chicago water bill payments not on the warrant list for us to approve? What I was given as an explanation is that those are not published until after the publication of the warrant list. Now, our water bills generally run around $200 and something thousand per month. And on top of the $1 million a year that we will be paying on top of that water bill, and the attorney will get into that at a latter point.
Right, Francois.
And on that, I agree with him
Francois.
100% on every page. But the trustees have not been privy to the water bills. The last time that this board was told that the water bill was not paid was by you, the mayor, in July of 2017 upon the leaving of your village administrator, and you informed us that Administrator Stan Urban has not paid the water bill in months. Of course, my retort was, what? And we found out later that the water bill hadn't been paid previous to July of 2017. And the only time a payment was made after that is the insistence of Trustee Pearson that we should at least make a payment. But we found out later that any payment that we are making is on the arrearages. Even to this day, any payment that's made outside of our monthly payment is paid on the arrearages of the $9 million that we owe to the city of Chicago, that the water bill was not paid in almost a year, which was never published on this warrant list that's presented to the trustees. That's the end of my discussion.
May I be recognized, please?
I want to comment on that. After Mr. Urban left,
I don't pay water. We have well water. So I don't get this water thing.
here, and he was a finance director, and pardon me? Yeah, after
July 2017.
After Stan Urban left here, our village administrator, and I found out that there were no payments that had been made, and I explained it to the trustees, and you did say, yeah, what? You continue to use Mr. Urban as a consultant. You sign a contract to continue to use Mr. Urban as a consultant, even after you
That gets the water bills paid, Mayor.
Even after you knew that he had directed payments out of the general fund to pay other bills.
On your instructions.
This wasn't my
He
instruction.
reports to you, Mayor. He's your subordinate. Your village administrator reports to you, sir.
Okay. You were in his office every other day.
I'm in his office every week on Friday at my appointed time. Yes,
Right.
sir. That's
Okay.
correct. Not every other day.
Okay.
Another lie.
You are the finance director. And you mean to tell me that you did not know, but even after
The
you
finance
did,
director appointed by you.
even
Appointed by you, sir.
even after you found out that
When
the
we
fund,
found out as a board, when you informed us, Mayor, on July 2017, we found out as a board, based upon you telling us that all of a sudden you tell us that he has not paid the water bill
Okay.
in months.
All right.
Hey, you. Thank you.
We had to research that to find out
you
when
had
it
to
wasn't paid.
research that. Then
And he's the
what time-
finance chair.
What time? When did you guys sign the consultant contract? Was it after you found out?
You can deflect.
when did you?
I mean,
when did
Mayor,
you-
but
when you
deflecting
thought
to his
when
contract has nothing to do with the payment of the water bills that we owe $9 million that these residents will pay twice on their water bills. So you deflecting about some contract that's over and done has nothing to do with you defrauding on the water bill, Mayor.
when you thought that Mr. Urban was inappropriately paying bills out of general fund, out of the water money, then you still had faith in to sign a consulting contract. You three trustees to sign a consulting contract with him.
Again, you can keep deflecting to a contract if you want. We're talking about $9 million owed to the city of Chicago.
And renewed the contract.
It's not a
The
fee.
consulting contract. So don't give me that stuff about you didn't know and you didn't have confidence in me, then you had confidence in our administrator that had left, but you continue to use them.
Well, when the attorney goes over what we owe and what our payment will be, Mayor, let me see you defend that.
Well, you just called an attorney basically a liar.
That's what.
These people cannot stand each other. They literally cannot stand each other. I can't believe I used that word literally. I try to avoid that with all my breath. They can't stand each other. But yet, look at what they're doing today. It's the same people. Rogers at the tea with the trustees, Muhammad at the caucus, Stubbs running for trustee at the township. Is anything going to change? And they're still in the financial crisis they've always been in.
What you said, Mayor.
You basically called the attorney a liar, and you don't have confidence in him.
I didn't call I said we have a disagreement on the interpretation of the law.
I think
it's in public record.
I think you said
I have
untrue.
an issue with your.
I think you said untrue. I think you said untrue when the village attorney was giving his
We owe
explanation.
$9 million to the city of Chicago, Mayor. We have to pay, and these residents have to pay twice on their water bills.
That's not true.
Well, he'll tonight.
When you gave your explanation of what we owe, and you say it's not political, but then you bring up the fact of the referendum, that's got nothing to do with it.
Well, the board got rid of most of the administration department heads. The only ones they can get rid of is union. That's why you see Matt Stacy sitting there in the blue.
Anything
Right,
here.
Mayor. You're absolutely
Has
right. We
nothing
won't
to do
owe
with
$9 million.
Point of
We'll owe
order,
over
please.
$11 million
That has
when it's
nothing to
over
do with
with. You're right. It's not $9 million. It'll be about $11 million when we get done.
Okay, can I get a
May I
motion?
be- may I be recognized?
Can I get a motion to
May
approve
I
the
be
corporate bill?
recognized? Are we
Can I-
still under discussion? May I be
Yes.
recognized,
Go ahead,
please?
trustee.
Thank you so much. When we go into exec session, the clerk, the mayor, the trustees, and the attorneys are all in the room. When we voted for the contract to be finished, to be completed by Stan Urban, Mayor Riley agreed to that also.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I didn't even vote on it.
Yes, you did. You agreed to it
I
also.
did not even vote on it.
You agreed to
Madam
it.
Clerk, will you
I didn't
will you
say that you
refresh?
voted on it. I said you agreed to it.
I didn't agree to
allow
it.
him to complete the closing of the Dorchester
That's
deal.
not true.
Now, when we received the warrant list, and I have a copy, And it's unfortunate that you guys don't get a copy of the warrant list.
Yes, it is a shame that they don't get a copy of the warrant list. But look at all of these people. Bear, stop. Sorry, cat, bear. Investigate bear. Look at all these people in the audience. They're not screaming. They're just shaking their heads and going, I can't believe we're sitting through all of this.
I'll make you one tomorrow, Miss Creighton. But once we get these and we vote to pay the bill, once we pay the bill and we agree to it or to approve it, we don't know which bill is being mailed out. We don't know. We just approve it. And hopefully we thought that they would do the right thing by mailing it out. And we come to find out that that hasn't been done. So that's unfortunate. So that's not true when he states that the trustees had knowledge of the water bills not being paid, because on numerous occasions, I recall, and maybe some of you all recall, Trustee Pearson asking Mr. Urban, do we have enough money to pay the bills? If you recall that. And
isn't this something? Checks withheld, and yeah, they'll want to know the DNA ancestry of bear. These people are vicious, aren't they? They are vicious. These three trustees are just vicious. And the audience is just sitting there watching this all play out. It's just something else. I mean, yeah, sing a gospel song.
that debt would have been paid off this year.
December.
And we had no knowledge that it wasn't being mailed. And sometime they do a consensus by email that they could have emailed us once we received the bill in to say, well, trustees, we have the water bill in. Can y'all get?
Oh, Francois. Au revoir. It's so good to see you. Beware of the dog. Okay. What is this voting by email? Kiana did not go. Interesting. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah. I know, Francois. Oh. Is it okay to vote by email? Is that okay? Doesn't seem right to me.
Get a consensus for you all to pay it like they do other bills. That was not done. And we was unaware. And if we don't watch you mail them out, we still, to this very day, do not know whether the bills are being pulled out. Some of them are getting paid that we approve. Some of them are not. We still don't know.
And isn't it interesting that this is the story that they are spinning today? Well, this is what they're saying today. I don't know if it's a story that they're spinning. Yeah, it's not safe nor secure. Voting by email? They do it now. But this is the same story. They don't know if the checks are being mailed out. Checks are sitting at on the desk. Did somebody tell the trustees to say that? I'm just asking that question because this is just, this is just too convenient for me. It's too much of a coincidence for me. Sorry, but it is.
Yes, yes.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, hey.
Yes, excuse me. We asked, and we also have started asking them for statements. Show us the bank statements. We need to see. And for a person to sit up here and state that you don't know what's going on in your house, and you appoint Mr. Urban as the manager or administrator, something wrong with your house. Something wrong with you for not knowing what's going on in your.
Is Valeria Stubbs on the trustees, what do they call it? Advisory board? I wonder if she's on the advisory board. Yeah, what's the beef? Pause. Checks not being mailed out, bills not being paid. They want the bank statement. The same thing they're saying today. Verbatim. You can't make this up. It's yeah. The advisory board. This is too convenient for me.
Your house, because I'm sure you all know what's going on in your house, just like I know what's going on in mine.
We're about to lose our finance director, Yvonne Redmond. She's her last day is tomorrow, and one of the reasons that she's leaving, she said, "Mayor, I can't take these trustees anymore. They come in my office 3 or 4 times a week. I can't get work done. They know what's going on because they're asking questions. Now all of a sudden tonight they don't know what's going on."
I'm sorry for interrupting you. That's his
I'm
word.
speaking right.
That's his word. That's
Right.
what he's feeding you.
Sure.
She's not here to tell us that.
Yeah.
So don't fall for the okie dokie.
Right. So any rate, and she can.
And take that advice. Voters, don't fall for the okie doke. Because this is how they act. And they seem nice, all smiles and everything. But this is who these people truly are. And they are not going to change. Take the money and run. I like that song.
Can verify it. I can bring her here. She can verify it. How many times these trustees come in and out of her office on a weekly basis, disturbing her. One thing the trustees don't know.
I've never been in her office, Mayor.
One thing that the trustees don't realize is that they think they the employer, and they're not the employer. They're the legislative body. But they want to come in and tell. We've got so many employees here that are afraid of these trustees because they feel like since they changed the ordinance, I cannot hire or fire anybody without consent and advice of the board. They're walking on thin ice. Because
Mayor, that's another untruth, and you know that.
Because, and I hear from the employees. Don't tell me it's untrue. I hear from the employees. Mayor, can they fire us? Can they fire us? They come in, they want all this information. They want us to stop doing what we're doing. And they've been warned by the village attorney, but they still do it. And for them to say they didn't have communication, not knowing what's going on, is absolutely untrue. It's absolutely untrue. Because when they get that warrant list, they can go line by line. We're not paying this. We're not paying this. We're going to pay this. We're not paying this. They go line by line.
And you beat us up if we say we're not paying this. You beat us up.
Because well, it's not the fact that.
But you're making a statement to the residents.
It's not the fact that I'm beating you up. It's the fact that, we've been slow paying our vendors, and when we should pay them, we don't pay them.
But that's on you, Mayor.
What do you mean it's on me?
Because you got to put it on the warrant list. When you put it on the warrant list, we approve it.
That's not
and
true.
If we ever dispute
that's not
one
true.
invoice, you're upset and you talk about us like we're dogs.
That's not
you
true.
will not let us dispute anything on the warrant list.
I do not prepare the warrant list.
This is the same shit, different day.
The warrant list is prepared by a finance director. She investigates and find out who we should pay, when we should pay it, and it's at the discretion of this board whether they want to pay it or not.
And we removed the sidewalks because half of them weren't done, and you were upset. And we paid the ones that were done. The board approved the ones that were done.
How long did it take you to prove it? We got vendors right now that won't do work for us unless we do a COD.
That's what you
Mayor, that's not
That's not
true.
what I say, Mr. Stacy.
That, where are they?
Mr. Stacy.
You know what? You have to bring me the vendors. You have to bring me
Yeah.
the vendors.
How long did it take to pay the, even though you didn't want to pay the vendors up front for the projects that they were going to do? How long did it take you to pay the vendors on the projects that they did?
When you
could have paid it.
Work done at your properties. Oh, that's right. When you get work done, do you pay your people up front?
No.
It depends on the
Oh,
vendor.
well, you know what?
It depends on the vendor.
I'll ask these guys out here.
depends
Do
on the
you
vendor.
all pay for your
Matt
work up
Stacy.
front? Or absolutely.
Stacy.
So why would we pay for something that had not been done?
Because you don't pay the bills. But after
So I'm still not going to pay them up front.
the ones that were completed, you didn't pay until after it came back.
We did after we went and looked and saw that the work was done. A consensus was done
2 board meetings passed
over-
before you paid it.
over the email, and we agreed. We took a consensus and we voted to pay the bills.
Okay. All right. There's a motion and a second to pay the corporate bills. Any more discussion? Roll call.
On the motion by Trustee Muhammad, second by Trustee Stubbs to pay the corporate bills in the amount of $3,940,621.74. Trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson.
Aye.
Motion
And
carries.
this, on financial matters, mayor votes.
Okay. All right.
Because only half of the
Pay the
trustees have
corporate
voted. So everybody understands when there's an ordinance or anything dealing with money, since we only have 3 trustees, the mayor has to vote on all those. Understood, Robert?
Yes.
That's the only time the mayor votes,
Not true.
other than a tie.
And that's true.
There you go, Douglas. The lawyer told you. Yeah. So, was this a fun Friday? I thought so. I thought it was fun. This goes on and on and on, but I just wanted to hop in with everybody and have a few laughs. And boy, did we have some laughs. And Cynthia, I think I better make it a members only after this. I hope everybody had fun. And I had a lot of fun with you. And I hope you have a good night. And thank you, hey you. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing. Cynthia, good night. Have a wonderful time. Yes, everybody be safe and stay warm. My goodness. Cold streak going across the nation. Yeah, there must be a script. It's the same thing they're saying today. Thank you, Douglas. You have kept me in stitches, I know. Okay. Yeah, barrels of financial fun. And other barrels, too. Yes, be kind. That's right. Okay, y'all. We shall see you on the next one.